One of the prettiest trees in the entire Cottage farm assortment. This is more than just gardening. This is landscaping. You're a landscape designer.
And my clients are always looking for new and exciting things from me. If I don't bring it, I've lost my job. And I love something like this because it's a good commemorative tree. If you want something that you plant in honor of a birth or just a loved one, or also something that is just fantastic to see in your garden, nobody else will have it. The curb appeal is where I get my big marks.
Let's tell them what it is.
Exactly.
This is basically two different types of crab apples that have been blended together. And this is an edible. This will grow these tiny little,
they're actually not tiny. They're like little small Honeycrisp apples. Yeah. They're really tasty. And there's one of the colors that's on there. That one is called Dulgo, and it is a absolute profusion of colors on every branch. Just beautiful colors. The big pink blossoms. By the way, these blossoms are very fragrant. On the very same tree, you also had the white blossoms,
which I've never seen before.
And it really is beautiful. The tree itself will get 15 to 20 feet tall, and it's a great thing to use in place of a dogwood or a red bud.
Watch this. Take a look at the next photo. That is an amazing look. At $59.98, these are trees that will define your property.
Yes. Nobody will have anything like that. If you can plant these colors separately, of course, but this is all on one tree. It is a kaleidoscope of color, and the beautiful red crab apples that come later in the season are absolutely delicious. And it is hardy. It has the widest range of hardiness of any medium-sized flowering tree in America.
Okay.
Zones 3 to 9. The coldest areas down into the hot areas.
I grew up with crab apples, but nobody ever ate the crab apples. These you'll actually eat. They are delectable. They
really are. And to me, they tasted like a little Honeycrisp apple, which is my favorite apple. Well, but I love these.
Let's show what they're getting at a price tag, sale price of $59.98. This tree is actually
it's bare root.
It's 3 years old.
It's a 3-year-old tree. It's been grafted, and what that means is that you've got a regular trunk here. You've got the pink and the white grafted at the top, which means it forms a gigantic flower arrangement for you. And it's a bare root tree. You plant it only to the top of the roots, stake it the first season, water it in really well.
And it takes off.
It takes off. It's a very long-lived fruit tree. Pick up our fertilizers for fruits and vegetables to get it going, but don't fertilize it until the leaves have come out. Keep in mind, too.
That will happen this spring.
Indeed, but keep in mind, these are guaranteed for an entire year.
There's nothing else like this in our collection. The reason why it's on bright and early at 6 a.m. is we don't have that many of them.
Right.
There's 550 of them that are left in our inventory. And when we've had an opportunity to make these available before, people buy them in multiples. This is where you do a tree line.
Yes.
Buy a fence row. For me, living on a horse farm, we're nothing but fences. Look at that distinctive look, to have both colors within that crabapple tree at a price of $60. And the tree can live for 20 years or more.
Yeah, these are
That's
very
an investment in your property.
They're long-lived trees, beautiful red crab apples on them, and both of those colors are on the same tree. By the way, I love that look with the white fence because that's when they're going to be blooming. To talk about the horse fences, when Kentucky Derby's going on. Yeah. That's when they're always blooming. It's a very handsome tree. The foliage turns nice yellow color in the fall, but it's a great standalone. If you got one small tree area for your garden, why not have something that's completely different from what anybody else has?
Philip and I were talking earlier, strangely enough, when I was sitting in the makeup chair, and we weren't talking about plants. We were talking about memories.
Yes.
And we're talking about defining your property in a way that no one else can. That's what this gentleman would do better than anyone we have ever met as we celebrate 20 years together here at QVC and celebrate what is immediate happiness, because these will ship right now, right away, and they're ready to plant the day you get them.
Indeed.
Coming up a little bit later on, my favorite are the edibles, and we've got a bunch of them. We've got blueberries.
Yes.
2 different types.
Yes.
We've got an entire vegetable garden that will fit on a terrace or a patio, and we'll be talking about that. A lot of what we'll discuss this morning is going to be problem solution. If you've got a shaded area on your property that has been bland, that is just dull and